Good afternoon, my dear friends, coming today from Belgium this morning. Well, it's been a very interesting morning today. I would like to get into the situation that's going on in Iran. It seems kicked off, folks. Oh no, what have we done? Oh no, what have we done? So I'm sharing my screen today. We are already quick into the war. We have started this going on. Oh man, let's go back. It all started very early in the morning. I woke up in Belgium and I saw a lot of activity. And let me recap a little bit what has been happening today. So I'm just going to find my early videos. Let's go back. Let's go back. Yeah, as you can see, it's been a very busy morning. And this is how it started, folks.
The United States military. Our objective is to defend the American people by eliminating imminent threats from the Iranian regime, a vicious group of very hard, terrible people.
Okay, that's how it kicked off, and then we saw these were the tomahawks. Probably this was 6 hours ago, early in the morning, heading towards, and then we started to receive these. This is where we believe the compound of the Ayatollah was, or the residence was rocked quite heavily, as you can see. This is how it kicked off, folks. First thing in the morning, and then airspace was cleared right after, as you can see, because immediately it started to escalate and the airspace had to be cleared up over here. This is getting very, very dicey, folks. As you can see, this is a dangerous situation. Yes. And then we also found out that we were going to see some really insane stuff happening during the day. So one of the big things was the Ayatollah's compound was hit, and of course you see that a lot of targets. And I will go back a bit in space. This is where the airspace are clear of civilian aircraft. As you can see, the whole area is clear of civilian aircraft now. Chinese OSINT satellite imagery from today shows massive U.S. air power still staged in Jordan. There's the Chinese have been open sourcing and providing all this information. There were some attacks on the city of Konark, or wherever that is. So the Israelis are claiming that the Iranian president might have been assassinated. Oh, whoa. Yeah, this is what's happening. This is from Tehran early this morning, this compound of the Ayatollah. Oh my God. It seems to me that a lot of Iranians are celebrating this. I'm of a neutral position. I really don't like wars. I think this is going to make things a lot worse, at least for the next many weeks. It seems to me Israeli tankers have been spotted. They've been flying this morning. There have been a lot of attacks. This was 6 hours ago. You see, as you can see, a very large explosion in Iran. And then things started to really kick off. Things went very quickly bad. Let me see if I can find you what happened. So the Chinese have been spotting this. Okay, more tomahawking flying. You see over there, one, two, three, four, down to many, flying low, heading towards their targets. Uh, Whoa, and yeah, it got it got even crazier. This is when we started to first hear the red alerts in Israel. As you see, there were a lot of missile alerts that going off, and then we first started to hear impacts in Israel. Okay, and then something really very. There were some scenes from northern Tehran. There were some areas being hit, probably those tomahawks finding their targets. And this is when we started to hear more tomahawks. Democracy seems to be heading to the. Oh my God. Haifa. This is brand new, folks. This is brand new. Brand new. Oh, whoa. The hell. Haifa. Is this Haifa? I don't know. Hopefully fake. There was a radar just
سيارة
hit.
لي يا شباب. مسيرة اضرب 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 اضرب.
Oh no, there seems to be no celebration. But it's very strange to see people celebrating. There seems to be
مسيرة
onboard.
لي يا شباب.
So Shahed 136 hit on a radome US base in Manama. Okay, that's a major L. That's a major L. That's a big radar that's able to see long distances off. Iran destroys. Ooh, I think this is the one that was smacked. Okay, let me find you that footage. Is that? Oh my God! There's actually the first footage coming of something being downed, but it seems to be maybe a drone. It doesn't look like a fighter jet. Let's let's go back a bit. There were some very crazy attacks this morning by Iran. They were successful in landing hits on the American base in Bahrain. It's a very it was a immense attack. Let me find you that video again. This is the one. This is when in Bahrain got attacked. This is a major attack right there. Ballistic missiles landed, and that was a severe impact. It seems to me that that's a total loss. I don't know what was in there, but yeah, that's a serious attack right there. And Iran seems to have been able to deal a heavy blow on a couple of things. You know that we obviously saw that radar being destroyed. We saw. Um, there are some attacks in Erbil, Iraq, anti-air soaring to shoot down some incoming missiles. So all of Iraq, Iran, there's a lot of the Chinese keep providing more intelligence as to where the THAAD battery. And as you can see, this Iran wants to sink the carrier. Well, they will try. So there have been several reports of impacts in Kuwait as well. You can see there is some impacts in Kuwait. Maybe one of the missiles or debris from the air defense wants shut down right there. Okay, Russia condemned the attack on Iran. Okay. The Kingdom of Saudi Arabia states they will join the U.S. in operation against Iran. This is the thing that was massively damaged, of course. Jackson Hinkle. I don't know why he seems to be celebrating. Jackson Hinkle. Isn't he American? So strange. But anyways, the base in the fifth naval support facility in Bahrain was hit pretty hard. I'm certain there were casualties. I'm certain that this was a devastating attack. Honestly, as you can see, there's something really burning over there. That is a massive damage going on. And of course, something also landed in Dubai. In You see a missile, intercepted missile, falling in Qatar. This was in Qatar, and something else landed in Qatar, and I wanted to show you where's one in Qatar. Okay, U.S. base has been hammered. Whoa, just about. Ooh. So Iran is being hit hard today, as you can see. This is sort of a while ago. U.S. and Israeli forces underground uranium enrichment in Tabriz. So they're going after the sites, right? Has been completely. This has been destroyed. This could be, yeah. I think it's a total hit. It's possible. There's a lot of attacks going on, folks. An accurate hit, American radar. Scenes from Dubai International Airport, calm but no flights out. Passengers will be fully accommodated. It's policy. So flights are suspended. You are not going to be able to fly out. What the hell was this, though? I mean, this was the strike that keeps coming back. Also another one. So we are at a world. We're a world at war in different places. It seems that Pakistan, Iran. There's a lot of places. I've seen this video before. Missiles from hills and mountains. It's a huge volume of them. There you go. And then we have satellite images of the compound where potentially Khamenei was waiting. The defense minister was also there, perhaps others. We don't know. There's no way to guarantee. I doubt that those guys were anywhere there, to be honest. And this one was, of course, a major one in Qatar. This was Doha. Doha was hit pretty bad. Something was hit over there. Okay, we hear that Khamenei is to address the nation soon. It's possible. We are saying that World War III has officially started. Is this World War III? I need you to dig deeper. Okay, Houston. This is Erbil in Iraq, firing some missiles down some. Now, this is a brand. Ooh, no, this is not real. That's not now, is it? Where is this coming from? I'm not liking it. Sorry, this is terrible. This is terrible. This is very bad. I don't know where this is. I hope this is not in the U.S. Ooh, that's still burning. A bus station in Holland, Tel Aviv was engulfed in flames following Iranian missile strikes. It's crazy that the whole bus yard just burns down. That's a lot of buses gone. That's crazy. Yeah. What is this now? I have no idea. Let me check. Ooh. There's a lot of burning. American bases were hit, so which means Americans have casualties, probably. Now, this is when a missile landed in Bahrain.
Bro. Oh shit! Oh fuck! Oh shit!
This is when things get really. Yeah, this was. Riyadh seems to be okay. There were a couple of air defense missiles being shot down by, as you can see. They were being intercepted. There was something that also landed in Dubai. I believe it was missile debris that possibly fell. So it's Jerusalem also has a couple of hits. It's possible. Jerusalem has a couple of hits. So we're in a state of war, folks. Yes. What this means is that for the next few weeks, we're going to be seeing a lot of chaos. Keep in mind the airspace is closed. Let's quickly go to flight radar. I think people are tracking flight radar a lot. So at this moment, there's a lot of chaos in the European airports. There's a lot of chaos for sure. Luckily, this is going into the dark. A lot of the flights have been canceled. There's a drone over there. Let's see what is going on. This is Lahore to Riyadh. Who is still flying towards Iran? Like, get out of there. This is still very dangerous. This is extremely dangerous still because you still have this whole area and there's a war going on right here. These wars are terrible, but I get it. The United States will always do what it feels like doing. You know that if you know my channel, you know that the United States, I believe the United States is the hegemon, and they, together with the Israelis, always had a beef, especially after the Islamic Republic came in and took away all their oil assets. And, so America never forgave Iran for that. And the second thing was they really did not want people threatening Israel with nukes. And while I agree with Iranians to have the ability to have nukes, not nukes, but nuclear energy, but this seems to be totally a devastating start of a devastating war, potentially. Yemen has declared that it will close the Red Sea, which means any tankers that are coming in and out, I'll say ship tracker, Middle East, ship explorer. Let's see what is going on here. So I think you're going to have a huge problem in the next few weeks. Oil prices might be extremely high. I don't see this. Oh, there we are. There's a lot of ships in this area, but it will be very difficult to get out of this area for oil for a lot of things. So I really expect that the price of oil will jump to over $100. The price of oil was ticking at 70. This would also mean there will be a lot of pressure from the Indians and the Chinese, because India buys a lot of its oil from open markets, including from Iran, because India deals with Iran. Now, I see that the price of oil it's 15 hours old, as you can see. And if I see all charts, let's look at Urals. Urals oil will also, there's a 2-day delay, so I think we will. Murban crude is already up 4%, 20-minute delay, 7-hour delay. So I think by the time as you can see, Murban crude, which is still trading today, is a 15-minute delay. There's already a 4% increase, and the weekend is not over yet, which means that you can expect the prices to jump quite quickly. Especially if the United States and Israel are not able to contain these attacks that are coming from Iran. But I fear that this might just be the beginning of it. MSC Washington. Okay, there's a lot of shipping over here, and there's a lot of oil that comes from over here, so you can expect the oil to go up. Keep in mind the last month, at least in January, India slowed down buying Russian oil. I really don't think that's going to be stopped now, because the price will go up. The Russian oil is still one of the cheapest on the market, about 57, which means that this will shoot up too. So Russian oil and gas will continue to function. And I think Europe will have to realize that alienating Russia, cutting it out, it's a self-own. If you're not able to pivot now to Russia, especially if this war drags on, you're going to have a serious price shock. I was Googling the last known oil price, highest oil price. If I see, this was, as you can remember, Brent crude touched approximately, no, oil price history. Yeah. Yes. So all-time high was just after July 2008. As you can remember, this was a peak WTI, West Texas index peaked at 147, as you know, July, and it kicked off. Those high oil prices drove, combined with the housing market crash, led to the 2008 recession. People had to know March 2022, Brent crude reached $139. That was just between Russia and Ukraine. And while prices have steadied, as we know, 2022 was a historically high inflation moment across the world, especially in the United States. It went up to 8-10%. In Europe as well, it touched 8-10%. So one can expect, especially if this war doesn't die down very soon, what does that mean? That means if Iran continues to somehow survive, because it has huge amounts of mountainous areas. As you can see, it is not an easy place to do combat. It's a massive location. And if the United States puts troops on the ground, this could be one of those counterinsurgency kind of wars that could last for years. There will be a lot of money being printed, and there will be a lot of bailout, be a lot of economic distress. Solid fuel detonations can be seen. Okay. So there's a lot of stuff ongoing today, my dear friends. So one can expect the oil price to go up for sure, over $100, I think, or easily more. Let's see how it settles. Yeah, I think Europe and India, for example, will run out of options. They will continue to buy their oil from Russia. China will continue to buy their oil from Russia as well. Same for nuclear energy. So a lot of things. This was a distressing moment in the Middle East. I think it could get really worse if they continue to attack. Oh, it's already Iran. There's more coming. Okay. Okay. Okay, so Iranian state media is claiming that 150 million, 50 missiles have been launched. So yeah, they will continue to go at it, folks. This is not gonna more Shahed 136 drones headed towards the U.S. base in Bahrain. They better be ready because that base, at least already lost, got hit by some things. It seems to me very strange that you don't have any air defense at that point. No, Iran's air defenses are completely inoperative. I really don't think that's the case. I think the Iranians are cleverer than that. I think the Iranians will just hide and wait for that initial blah blah blah, and then they will do ambushes. They will learn to see how the enemy is fighting. This is not going to be an easy war. Don't underestimate the Iranians. They're highly capable. If they're able to land missiles precisely on target, it seems to me the missiles are working as expected, or so. Oh my, the Al Udeid air base in Qatar has been stuck, as you can see.
يا علي بدر
There's no punish
ضربة
from there.
جديدة اوب يا علي
Oy, oy,
بدر
oy. That's a big one, huh?
يا علي
So, my
بدر
dear friends, if you're still checking in, if I'm the only one,
ها شوف الكلب يهرب الكلب يهرب
five
مريكة
people chatting, say something in the chat, big boy. Why do you want to? You need to say something in the
ضربة
chat.
جديدة
Okay, listen.
اوب يا علي
Oh
بدر
my God.
ضربة
So,
جديدة
air base in Qatar. What the hell is going on, folks? We have, smoke rising from the radar facility in northern Iran. Okay. No, it does. It doesn't. This some people be saying silly things. Okay, yes, maybe they used the low quality missiles first. You know, it's one of those strategies. Why would you use your best missiles the first attack, right? So you have a lot of THAADs and Patriots, as you can see. This Patriot intercept, and this indeed. This makes things a lot worse for Ukraine because a lot of attention will go here. Chinese satellites caught Israeli taking off from runway sometime back. Ooh, the Chinese be having some serious capability. Oh, another. America. Oh no. They're at it. America. Okay, what happens? It's very early to tell. This is very early to tell who is going to get what. I mean, Iranian missiles destroyed. They're saying. I'm curious. They're saying that another F-16 has been shot down, but yeah, it's hard to say, folks. It's really hard to say. Radar infrastructure at Kish Airport in Iran was stuck. Okay. Preliminary, but looks close. And a Shahed what? So it's very early to say who got smacked this morning with that massive ballistic missile, but it seems to me that something somewhere over here got smacked. It's a huge airbase. It's very difficult to determine where is what, to be honest. Where do they keep all these things? Yeah. We're in the war, folks. Oh, again. They got a thing for Bahrain today, huh? Oh, two areas of smoke. Oh my.
پیشرفته ترین امکانات امروز برخورداریم. اول اینکه هرچی ته انبار داریم میزنیم، اما در ادامه قوی ترین موشک هامون رو خواهیم زد. اون چیزی رو که تا الان رو نکردیم و به قول ما
He's just saying you're gonna learn today, big boy. You mess with the wrong people. You mess with the wrong people. So Mr. Trump went ahead and did this on behalf of the Jews, yes. And the Jews are very happy today, I'm sure. But okay, the Iranians made a huge mistake. Ahmadinejad, a couple of decades ago, I still remember, I was still quite young, came into power and he said, we will wipe Israel off the map. And then thus you put yourself a permanent target when you say things like that against Jews. I think the best you can do is to learn to get along with the Jews. No harsh feelings for the Jews. Y'all have been fighting for centuries over there. So what am I going to say? I mean, keep at it if you want to. I mean, oh man. Oh. So more war, huh? So I think you will see that this airline stocks, oil shocks, a lot of things will be hit on Monday when you open the stock market. I think we're looking at a correction, maybe a real one. Yeah, this is not good. So more Shaheeds will be coming in, I think. Let's look at Fight Radar today, right now. What did I do? Yeah, this whole airspace is clear. So as you can see, a lot of diversions, airline stocks are going to be lost. There might be a lot of groundings, because if this whole area is going to be a powder keg for random missile launches and stuff, this is very dangerous. And there will be a lot of flights being canceled. There will be a lot of, because yeah, if you cannot land, where will you go? Expect a correction on Monday in the stocks. In Europe, I don't know what you're doing, but keep in mind you're going to have a bad time if you don't stop this war quickly with Ukraine. And you're saying, why Ukraine? Because, well, Ukraine, you see the number of missiles being used in already on day one. Okay, America is going to start providing you intel. This is going to be very difficult for them to manage, because you have Yemen, which has, as you can see, a huge amount of hills and caves, and they can, and they seem to be really right at the coast. So it's very easy for them to just pop out of little tunnels, fire a missile, an anti-ship missile. And yeah, you might discover them, but they will keep having many such bases. These are huge areas. People underestimate how fighting in the hills, the mountains, is not that easy, and then you can be ambushed quite easily. Same appears here. If this whole stretch, this stretch is very narrow, folks. This stretch is very narrow. So yeah, I think we're looking at a major correction coming on Monday, and a lot of things there's going to be a lot of consolidation. And I think there's going to have to be a conversation as to how long you can keep this war with Russia going, because why would you want to do that? Already, if you keep putting pressure on India to say, oh, you need to stop buying Russian oil, and China and India cannot buy from Iran, we then all have to buy from Iraq or Saudi, Oman, and other places. But again, the whole world would be shifting to certain few regions, and maybe Venezuelan oil, but still, it's far away. It becomes more expensive. And because of the security situation here, you're going to have huge insurance costs for shipping in this area as well in the next few weeks. It's going to be really bad, folks. Yeah, the cost of doing business is going. Yeah, who's gonna go here if there's live missiles going around, no airspace? No, this is very dangerous, and this can go on to be something really medium term. Now, how does this affect Donald Trump? I don't know. I think if he's able to roll back the regime somehow very quickly and consolidate on the ground somehow with local forces, yeah, it's possible because there's still a lot of celebration ongoing in Iran. There are a lot of people happy about it. So yeah, it's a tough one. It's a tough one, and honestly, we'll have to see what happens to the midterms. I have no idea. I cannot say whether the oil price will continue to stay that way or we're just going to have a huge collapse in demand. Maybe people just completely stop because, anyways, there has been a huge reduction of travel into the US since last year. But this year it's picking up again, and there's a lot of this cannot go on through spring and summer. That would devastate your entire economic cycle because think about it, you have your European summer, spring, summer, there's a lot of consumption, there's a lot of travel, there's a lot of holidays involved, money goes around, and if people are just going to be sticking to staying at home, avoiding risks, you're going to have a huge collapse in the global travel, airline. These could all be affected severely. um, which is why a war is absolutely terrible. And keep this in mind, this is really bad as well. We don't need a war with Russia. You see exactly why it's bad to have a war with Russia. uh, if you can imagine for a second what just happened here, there are missiles flying all over the place. This whole airspace, this is some of the busiest in the world, would come to a standstill on day one of a war. So if Russia starts to attack Europe because we did something stupid over ethnic Russian speaking parts of Ukraine. I mean, it's kind of silly. We shouldn't have to be in such a stupid war with Russia. There is no European security without Russian security. So we need to end this garbage with them, stop with NATO expansion, and kick Ukraine out of the possibility of joining NATO. They have to remain neutral, as they said in their constitution, as they agreed to do as per the Budapest Memorandum. They were supposed to stay neutral. And now this war, yeah, I think there will be a huge amount of pressure from the Americans, from Donald Trump, to say, "Hey, this war is over. We're going to stop funding you. We're going to stop sending you." You see, they're already prohibiting patriots and all that to going to Ukraine. So at some point, he's just going to cut off intelligence as well. I don't really see how America and Russia are going to be permanent enemies. I really don't think so. I think America has come to its senses and realized that it has no win by trying to corner Russia. I think they have come to that understanding. Under Joe Biden, that wasn't the case. But I think now America realizes, under Donald Trump, realizes that it's much more beneficial just to do trade with Russia and just to avoid direct confrontation, because this is all far too close, and Russia is far too powerful and far too big. And people say, "Oh, it cannot take Ukraine," but stop being silly. It's not about taking Ukraine. They've never said they want to take Ukraine. There are 4 regions that they focus on, but the first region that they really would like is Donbass. And I think for the last 4 years, they have been focused primarily on demilitarization, i.e., completely devastating the Ukrainian forces, and that has been the first goal of the military operation, like they call it. And now I don't see how this war will be able to continue, certainly with U.S. help, because I don't see U.S. resources being freed up anytime soon over here. So yeah, the war in Ukraine will have to come to a hasty end. I think Donald Trump will have to do some strategic maneuvering over there and tell the Ukrainians to calm down and sign a peace deal where Donbass is given up. That's, I think, the only realistic solution. Ukraine has lost far too many people. So Middle East, Ukraine, a lot of things happening. And for those, this was the one. Straight into an empty section. Really, is that a bit of cope, Bill Mitchell? I don't think so. I really don't think so. Are we coping that there's nobody at the base? Really? Why are we coping? Like, you got smacked. It's okay. They smacked you at a couple of places. That's what happens when you go to war. So they're claiming that Ali Shamkhani, close aide of the Khamenei, has been killed. Okay. Multiple interceptions above Doha, Qatar. So interceptors are still working. But yeah. As you can see, there you go. 11 last night, the Islamic strike in the village of Qom, all I do is. That's been the case. The Russians fire. Terrorist barracks in Salem was blown to bits. Okay, something is burning as well. Yep, the whole Middle East is on fire today a little bit. 40. So Abu Dhabi, Saudi. There's something happening in Saudi as well. Okay, they shot down an S-300 apparently as well. Ukraine. Okay. Nice, good for you. But that doesn't change things because they build them faster. This was one of those strike on a missile launcher ready to launch. This was an important strike. Whoa. Yeah, they're hunting down those missile. There you go. They keep firing. They're busy. A military convoy was spotted in Bahrain. Again and again. Again. Things keep getting worse, folks. I'm telling you, this is not an easy one. These are the ones that have been flying, and now they're going to land somewhere here. 8 minutes, missile sirens. Yeah. Okay, everybody is evacuated. I don't think they're all KC have evacuated from Salem, Qatar. So the air defense is it's very shoddy. I find this very strange that yeah. You see, this is what happens in high intensity war. We should be ready to You don't start a war if you're not going to be able to stomach casualties, right? It's so strange that this they burnt all the buses. There were some explosions in U.S. base in Erbil. Oh, yeah. There was a strike on Tel Aviv, Iranian ballistic missile in Al Salti base in. Yeah, I think there will be damage. I think for sure there's a lot of damage to the base itself. I really doubt where are you going to hide the people? Like it's like you can say Israeli officials airplanes evacuating from missile strikes against top Israeli leadership. Whoa. Yeah, we saw this. Yeah, I think there have been multiple explosions. This was really epic. Okay. This is optically really bad. Like in the sense, okay, please stop coping. Don't say there's empty. Like what are you talking about? It's a live military base and it's empty. You hit an empty quarter. No, of course not. It fell on something, and yeah, I don't think it was empty. I think it was full of something. So the Americans are coping a bit as well. I think there have been some multiple casualties there. Yes, yes, we live in very very uncertain times, folks. And those Shahid-style drones will continue to search. Ooh, shooting one going somewhere. I find it very strange that we haven't seen much of the Iranian Air Force. I think they might just be hiding.
چند تا جنگنده به سرعت اومدن زدن و رفتن سلاحای الان کرمانشاه شهرک پردیس چند تا جنگنده به سرعت اومدن سلاحای خیلی کرمانشاه شهرک پردیس
Massive airstrikes are happening. Yeah, this is gonna keep getting worse. I have a feeling like this is not gonna take it easy. I have a feeling this will get way worse over the many next days. And it's going to be very interesting to see what is going to be the reaction from the rest of the crew over the next many weeks. I'm curious to see what they will be able to accomplish. Will they be able to destroy the Iranian regime or degrade it so much more, or will they continue to duke it out? There's claimings that an Iranian MiG-29 might have shot down an F-16. This is, of course, not F-15EX. If that is the case, let's see. I have no idea. Passage of breaking the passage of oil tankers to the Strait of Hormuz has been halted. So as I said, there's nothing going to be moving over here for the next many. There's going to be a glut of ships just waiting at port over here and returning back. So yeah, price of oil will most likely shoot up. So if I were you, tank on, go get some cheap gas while you can. Okay, get to the nearest petrol station or a diesel station. If you drive electric, charge up your car. Things are about to get a lot more expensive, I think, wherever you are. Let's see what is the gold price doing, because in times of high inflation, my friends, we always look at gold price. Let's see, gold price today. I don't want the history in it. 5,200 per pound. Let's see. Oh my God. Okay, wait. In the last time scale. Okay, 1 hour. It's already shooting up. Yes. Today, 2% already. Last 6 months. Okay, USD. Let's take euro, right? Because we're in Europe. There we are. Whoa, 1%. Yeah, it's going higher, folks. It's 70 euro higher. Gold price is about to shoot up. Silver price is about to shoot up too. As you can see, silver is up. Silver, right? Silver price, euro. It's a little bit down, or what's? Okay, so I hope that was an interesting live stream for you. I found it that it's a pity that this is happening. I can feel for the Iranian regime and the people. I can feel for them, as in, okay, your time is up. You didn't manage to convince the Israelis that somehow you have lost your ambition to destroy them or to pursue nuclear weapons, and the Israelis, like to keep these kind of things in check, which is why be careful if you're Ukrainian. If you're Ukraine and trying to acquire a nuke, there's a possibility that you will be nuked. Be careful. These are very dangerous things. Do not just go around saying, I will take a nuke now, okay? Or don't be like Britain and France. There's a suggestion that they would like to give in some nuclear materials to Ukraine. Be careful. You are only assuring the total destruction of Ukraine. We do not want to see nuclear weapons being used. We certainly do not want to see the Russians using them in Ukraine preemptively, because they thought, that you're going to mess with them. To be careful here. So there's a lot ongoing. There's a lot of the Russians still at it. You see, FAB 3000 smacking Zaporizhia. There is no math where Ukraine wins this, by the way. So they're just getting pummeled with those weapons every day. Stop of tanker transit through the Strait of Hormuz. Blah blah blah. It's finished. Nothing's gonna move now. Stop. Drop to zero. Several have asked tankers flying their flag not to pass through the Straits of Hormuz. Blah blah blah. Finish. This was one of those missiles that fell in Doha. And there we are. There's Israeli government plane that is going around. Why? I don't know. Why? Let's check. Five explosions just at Jebel Port. You have to be careful what. They're putting a misfire. Maybe just shut something down. Not everything a misfire, bro. Dear Iran, Trump is here. The people, oh my God, the Canadians. They're so sorry. They're feeling so sad that Trump is not being attacked. Trump is, you do understand, Trump is thousands of kilometers away. He could be sitting at home chilling. This is the major site where some rockets were destroyed. Let's see what the Israelis did. The Jews, I don't know, something's burning. Okay, seems like a couple of missiles. It's hard to, one or two. Okay, interesting. What are they saying? Translate. First, as an operation, roar of the lion, blah, blah, blah. Okay, great. Good for you. And Panzer was destroyed. Okay, Panzers get destroyed. Panzers were destroyed on day one. There's nothing special about it. It is a wonderful weapon as long as you're keeping it away from fiber optic drones. But so much is pretty much everything else. Fiber optic drones are able to control up to 40 kilometers from the combat line. So if you bring that thing a bit too close, it is susceptible. That's your president, America. Well, the fact that he did not care as to what the people thought or what anybody thinks, and he just went ahead, tells you that he's very decisive. Maybe this was already decided months ago. But either way, the guy got some cojones right there. But I don't know. Yeah. You have to see how he manages this, because I think there have been American casualties. So he has to see how we can make this happen. Whoa. As you can see, the Russians just there you go. This is exactly the Zaporizhia direction where Ukraine is counterattacking. So they are claiming 400 square kilometers, but they get absolutely crushed. The moment they enter, Ukraine still hasn't learned the fact that Russia has many layers of security on the front line. And the first layer is quite elastic. So is the second one. It's usually manned by a couple of people, maybe a small squad here and there, a few people here and there. They'll take the initial brunt of the enemy's attack, but most of them just pull back and allow you to create a pocket where they just pick people off like this. And so it's kind of silly for Ukrainians to keep celebrating, like, okay, we're taking back this land. Actually, no, you're just being pulled into these encirclements and death traps. So far, it's exactly as Iranian air defense non-existent, striking and limited retaliatory capabilities. I think people are quickly jumping to conclusions. This is the first. Actually, Iran has a smaller air force. Let's look at it. Iranian Air Force, right? So if you're looking at the Iranian Air Force, how many aircraft are we talking about? We have to see how many Air Force. Yeah, we're looking at there's Chinese built MiG-21s. There are F-4s. 16, one lost in 2026, but there are some 63. Actually, the best thing they can do is to hide them, right? 6 used for training, 24 MiG-29, and of course they have somewhere a beautiful Su-35, if I'm not wrong. They received a few of those as well. The idea would be to keep them surviving and hide them somewhere in the mountains like they do. They have a lot of these deep bunkers where they hide aircraft. Now, if they're able to launch attacks, quickly and dissipate, would be great. That's another way to counter. But I think the first day they really have to absorb the attacks coming from the Americans and then recalibrate as they go. War is a dynamic situation. War requires you to adapt quickly, and this is what's happening. Wow, a world at war. There you go. Destruction of IRGC headquarters in Damavand, whatever that is.
At the starting of the week, at Summit Talks, you'll hear them speak. It's only Monday.
So basically, what is Mr. Yahoo saying today? Mr. Yahoo, how you doing? What is Yahoo doing today? No translation. Habibis, show me translation. Yoke of tyranny, the Baloch and the Ahwazis. A colony, a lion's roar. Yay. Yes. You can get a lot of things done when you have a nice friend with a bigger military and a bigger, capability. Oh no. That's a poor Ukrainian out there. You see Ukrainian drone operators. And they have been toast. Sorry. This is a daily situation, folks. They get hunted daily. Okay. So yeah. It's a pity this whole thing is going on. There's and of course there's a guy and of course the Afghanistan, I don't know if you know, but in the last couple of days Afghanistan and Pakistan have been fighting, and they have managed to shoot down an aircraft, a Pakistani aircraft. So yeah, that's some serious fighting ongoing, huh? That's some serious fighting ongoing. Well, the memes. This is why you're draining all your fresh water to have AI, by the way, so that we can make memes like this. What is this? Is the Ayatollah making some fresh? What is he saying? He's still alive, you think? He's still alive? The hate is real, folks. Very coming very soon. Where was this? What is this? Yes, the radar dome has been hit. All right, my friends, this was a long. I hope you enjoyed the stream. It was a really good set of information that is available out there. I want you to stay safe wherever you are. And prepare, this could be a long war. This could take a long time before we are truly done. So I want you to stay safe wherever you are, especially in the United States, in Iran. If the war can end quickly, that would be great. It's better off for all of us. With that note, I wish you all a lovely day. Thank you for paying attention. I hope you enjoyed this video. Give me a like, give me a subscribe. If you have family who are in the Middle East, and I know I have some family over there, stay safe, stay grounded, stay healthy, wherever you are. And I think you should curtail your travel plans, for sure. And keep an eye on your financial portfolios, folks, because this again brings a whole amount of uncertainty into this world at this moment. I wish you all a lovely Saturday. Thank you for tuning in. Take care. Bye-bye.